We are in a new quarter, y'all, so I am going to share how I prioritize and plan for the year and also the quarter, because it goes together. You want to make sure that you are focusing on the right things, you are focusing on the things you care about, and you are not getting distracted. So that is what I'm going to talk about in my video today. If you haven't already, I highly recommend that you review your quarter. What were your wins? What were your lessons learned? That is something that you should do because it will help you see what you need to prioritize and what you need to put more energy towards or less energy towards. So something that I want to share with you all is how I mapped out my goals for the year, the quarter, the month. So I created a list. It's kind of like a wish list, and it has everything that I want for the year, everything I want to do, everything I want to learn, places I want to go. It really helps me to prioritize and see what's important. So you want to make a list. At the beginning of my list, I have this year I want to ... and then I list out everything that I want for the year. After you wrote everything down, now it's time to prioritize. So I want you to circle all of the most important things that you want to do for the year. If you repeat things, it's okay. Circle those too. Also, some things will be related to each other, and that's a good thing, and we'll talk about that later. But circle everything that is the most important. So when I went in and I circled everything, I still had a long list of things, so I had to shorten it again and make another round. For your second round, you want to circle your top 5 things. These are the things that you really want to do or work on for the year. So go through your list of all the things you circled and only circle 5 main ones. Okay, you want to do a third round of prioritization. So you want to now only do your top 2 or 3 goals. So really look at everything and make sure you prioritize your top 2 or 3 goals that you want to work on for the year during this exercise. When choosing your 2 to 3 goals, you want to make sure that they are goals that will take a long period of time to complete. So that would be like 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year. You want to make sure that they are the big goals, because you are going to need to break those down and you're going to need time to work on those goals. As for the rest of the goals, I have goals on my list that I can do in like a day, like learn this concept or something. So that doesn't need to be a high priority because I can do that in a day, or some things I can do in a week, or some things I can do in a month. So that can just be a quarterly goal. That doesn't need to be a year goal. So that is something I want to add when you are prioritizing, because you can still work on the other goals. It just won't take you as long to work on them. And that way you are still accomplishing different level goals. You're accomplishing the small goals, the medium goals, and the larger goals. After you have your top 2 or 3 goals, those will be the main things. Make sure they're actually goals and not like strategies and tactics to reach a goal. So an example will be if you want to lose weight, and then one thing that you put on your list is like go to the gym 2 times a week or something. Technically that can go under that weight goal. Or if you put I want to take a walk 2 times a week, technically that can go under your lose weight goal. So try to actually circle broad goals, save the specific ones for later. So after you have your top 2, your top 3 goals, now you can go in and like pair it together, and you want to take those from your list already, because when you make your list you want to include everything. Those things might already be on your list, so all you need to do is tie it to one of the goals. So you can have like one goal and add like 2 or 3 tactics and things that you can do to support that goal. That helped me prioritize everything and I have this list. I can always come back to it, but it helps me to focus and know what I'm working on for the year. It helps me know what I think is the most important thing that I want to work on for the year. So of course, if I put I want to go swimming with dolphins or something, like, that's nice to have on my list, and I might still do that, but I want to focus on my top 2 to 3 goals first. Just because it's not circled or just because it's not in my top 2 or 3 list doesn't mean I won't achieve it or work on it. It just means it's not a priority. Because one thing I have learned, sometimes things happen that you write down that even if you don't put your full attention towards it or something, it just happens naturally. Now that you finish prioritizing, you know everything you want to do for the year, you know your top 2 to 3, you know the things that you need to do to support that goal. If you didn't, then you probably want to write a few specific things that you can do to reach that goal. Now you want to focus on the quarter. So if I'm planning for the next quarter, I go by all of the goals and I organize it by quarter. Main goals, you can put those to the side somewhere that you're going to work on. The other goals that I circled that were not in my top 2 or 3, I still want to work on them, so I just put them like in my quarterly goals. I make a note what quarter I want to work on that specific goal. So for quarter 1, I'll put Q1 by all of the goals that I want to work on in quarter 1. That helps me plan for the quarter. Now that we're in the next quarter, I will put like quarter 2 next to all the things I want to work on, and that helps me plan for quarter 2. So now I know what I'm working on for quarter 2 because I'm just pulling it from this list that I already made, and I circled all the important things, and now I just go in, look at what I put for quarter 2. I know I want to work on those for quarter 2. Or if I didn't put a quarter by some, I'll just go through the list again and be like, yeah, I want to work on that for quarter 2. So now the year is already mapped out. Your quarters are mapped out as well if you're pulling from your list. And this is all you need for the year because you already planned out everything that you want. This is the list that I am working by, my own list that I created, and it's really simple to create my quarterly goals down because I'm just pulling from my yearly goals, and I'm also pulling from my prioritization of my goals, so it makes it that much easier instead of going to the next quarter wondering like, what should I work on this quarter? You already have it on your list, so you're good to go. Make your wish list, prioritize it, keep it handy, refer to it throughout the year, and you will always know what you should be working on. You will always know what's most important to you, and you will have a game plan already. So that is what I am doing to prioritize and plan for the quarter and for the year. I'm also looking at my reflections and review of the past quarter to help me know how can I change my strategy a little bit, and also how can I prioritize more, because that is the most important. Once you learn how to prioritize and self-discipline and consistency, then you are good. If you haven't seen my other videos about how to stay consistent and disciplined, then I highly recommend you go check those out if you haven't already. And if you enjoyed this video and you found value in it, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And I think you'll like this video next, so check it out.